Go live first. Greetings, chess players, and welcome to the Daily Chess Musings channel. My name is Chris Torres, and I'm about to play some chess with players at the Gomes Elementary School Chess Club in Fremont, California. Cuz number one, it is. Let me maximize things for a moment here, and then I'll have to check my windows again. Huh? I should have logged into chess.com first. Checking browser before accessing chess.com. Interesting. It usually doesn't do that. Number one, because I like to. It's fun to play chess with students. And number two.
Granola and iced tea with cranberry juice.
Oh, thank you, Lily. Number two, we have a big tournament coming up, which is the U.S. Chess Federation's National Quick Championship, hosted by the Charlotte Chess Center. And Gomes is going to be playing as a team. This may be our first big team event of 2022. So let me try and adjust my windows here, and then we'll get started. Let me make sure. It looks like, yeah, it looks like that's fine. Then I want to bring my chat in a little bit. There we go. I can see my chat. Hello, Audit. I see you. And I'm going to go ahead and accept the first one I see here, which is a game with Hoop Krat. And so the USCF tournament that's going to be online January 29th and 30th is going to be played at a 20-minute with 5-second increment, which is basically a 15 and 10, which is basically something we do all the time. And so now that's an interesting move. I don't much like what Hoopkrat did here with his or her bishop because it's blocked but by its own pawn, right? Let me. It's blocked by its own pawn on e4. So that, the bishop would be much better placed on bishop c4 if you wanted to develop that bishop there. I'm not going to push d4 because that would allow that bishop to unlock itself. I'd be releasing the energy of my bishop. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and play just knight c6. And I'm getting a lot of other challenges right now. I think I accidentally left my settings on so I could play more than one game at a time, which I don't, normally do that. I did that for my birthday simul and forgot to switch my settings back. I think I've just discovered that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and play bishop c5. So I have 3 pieces developed. My opponent has 3 pieces developed. They are castled. I am not castled yet. I'm going to go ahead and play. I'm going to delay castling for just a little bit. I know we're supposed to castle as soon as possible. But I want to see if I can't get my bishop to pin the knight and then bring my knight to the outpost before my opponent's ready to respond to all of that. So I play d6. And my opponent comes in with knight d5. But see, they are not pinning this knight. The bishop that would be is still stuck back there and will be for some time. Now I'm a little tired, so I'm running through my thought processes a little bit longer, but that's the nice thing about this kind of time control. And I can't state that enough. When you're playing with an increment, like you will be in the National Scholastic Quick Championship, when you're playing with that kind of increment, you have more time than you think. And what I'm going to do is, it looks like my own clock is being covered by all the challenges. So, oops. What did I do here? No, 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 no. I didn't mean to accept another game. What exactly happened there? Let me see if I can abort this. I really messed up now. Oh, no. Let me click abort on this one. Where's the game I was playing? This isn't good. I messed up my own broadcast. Yikes. My game with ISOET will automatically. Where's the, let's see, games. Oh no. I did something bad, ladies and gentlemen. I accidentally clicked, you know how you can do like a mouse slip? I did it when I meant to be closing. I'm going to maximize for a moment, see if I can't find my other game. I was in the middle of a nice game. And I had the, I messed up my settings. Let's see. Play. Where's the game I was playing? Like I said, I am very tired today. I've had a little bit of extra stress at home. And oh no. I would, whoa. Oh. This isn't good. I lost my own game. I was in the middle of a good game with Hoopkrat, right? Let me see if I can find it. Activity. No. Where's my game? Let's try clicking a lot of different things here and see if we can't find. When I was doing multiple games before. Oh, here we go. I found my game against Hoopkrat. We are back. And look, I lost some time there, no big deal. All right, so getting back to my plan. Bishop g4, pinning the knight to the queen. And let me go ahead and move this back to the reasonable size so it shows up better. All right, so smart move, Hoopkrat, because, see, I was planning to bring my knight in to d5 as well. I was planning to, but he's putting the question to my bishop right now. I'm going to go ahead and bring my knight back to h5, maintaining the pin. In this way, if he wants to block or she wants to block off the pin, if Hoopkrat wants to block off the pin, they're exposing their king a little bit more. And people who know me know that I like to play unsound sacrifices. It's part of my style. I mean, I believe it was Mikhail Tal said there are sound sacrifices and then there are mine. And he was definitely one of my heroes. I love that quote. So I'm contemplating the knight takes g4. I know it's not perfectly sound, but it leaves my opponent's king completely exposed, and their knight would be pinned. And with their bishop kind of stuck, actually, yeah, they would be able to unpin the knight pretty easily there. That shouldn't be a problem. So I'm going to bring my bishop back. I'm not going to go ahead and do the unsound sacrifice right yet. I may do something crazy in a little bit, but not yet. All right, so knight comes to g5. Certainly, I don't like the knight being in my neighborhood, but it doesn't have a good supporting piece for it yet. These two knights are on different colors, so they are not coordinating. on any one particular square. And the bishops are both locked by their own pawns. So it's not anything I need to be super worried about just yet. And in fact, I have this neat idea. If I get rid of the one annoying knight, it opens up a discovered attack on the other annoying knight. And that, that gets a little exciting. I get a knight, they get a knight, maybe I take another knight and they take another knight. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and do that. I'm taking first, which generally, in any of these positions where you're doing multiple captures in a row, if you're the first one to take things, it generally, a lot of things, these two bishops might get traded too. He could take this knight, he could throw in something in between. Fun stuff. I mean, I could do that right now. I certainly could. I could even do that right now, but then he or she could respond with rook e1. But my queen is now in the same file as my opponent's king. When you're playing chess, that's a good thing. My queen is in the same file as my opponent's king. My bishop's on the same diagonal as my opponent's king. So things are starting to be of interest here. I'm going to go ahead and take and now I have a choice. Should I take like this or should I take like this? The obvious answer is to take with the pawn that brings your rook into the game. Now I have to be worried now about this d4 because they're attacking my queen and attacking my bishop. I saw this as a potential a moment ago, and I'm okay with that because I'll let Hoopkrat have my bishop so I can play a checkmate. That's a good deal. All right. So now I've got a rook and queen up, and they took my bishop. Too fast there, Hoopkrat. Too fast. And queen takes h3, of course. And I'm threatening checkmate here and here. Got two checkmate squares. This is, whoops, I'm drawing arrows and messing things up. This is really nice. When you got your rook and queen formed in a battery like that. So Hoopkrat is probably realizing right now maybe they should have used a little bit more time. Getting back to this idea of using time. Now, of course, I'm not going to take with my pawn because that would disconnect my rook and queen. So I could either take with my rook or my queen. Here, I'm not sure it makes a big difference, but I like to move things forward. So I will take with my rook. I need to have my granola bar because I haven't eaten really well today. I'm having some iced tea with a splash of cranberry juice and some granola. It's good, good brain food. Hopefully my crunching is not too obnoxious. So, Hoopkrat, you had your original 15 minutes on your clock still. You need to play slower. You need to play slower. Anybody else want to play a game? Go ahead and send me a challenge right now. We'll go back to full screen just for a moment so I can better see the challenges. Go to play. Anybody else gonna send me a challenge? I know my stream was a little wonky. I lost my game. Send me a challenge. Here we go. We'll play a great game with the crosser bishop. Nice. Why was my game aborted so quickly? We'll try a game with Adit C then. Ooh, I'm playing minus a lot of material. I always enjoy that. That's fun. Let me shrink my board just a little bit. I like playing with the big board, but I also like seeing what's happening in the YouTube chat. If you hear some loudness in the background, could be my kids aren't getting along. Yesterday I did a video with one of my kids, Rosalea. She is in the 8th grade. We put together the Lego Harry Potter chess set. What a fun project that was. One thing I learned though is I set my camera up on a tripod with a timer, my iPhone, but I had it like in selfie mode, you know, with the camera reverse, so I could make sure it was actually taking the pictures, right? And one thing I learned is then I uploaded the whole video, and this is interesting. Everything was a mirror image. So that wouldn't be such a big deal. I mean, the stairs were on the left side of me instead of the right side of me. Stuff like that wouldn't be such a big deal, except perhaps I think it looks like the chessboard's set up wrong. No, I know how to set the chessboard up, and it's a very nice chessboard. It's just the apparently when you have your iPhone facing you with the screen facing you on camera, all the photos are a mirror image. Fascinating. So black has developed one piece, and not to a very good square. Moved 2 extra pawns early. F6 is always a dangerous pawn to move early. But see, this pawn on G6 stops the zigzag kind of attack from my queen. So what am I going to do? I'm going to try something here. I'm going to try scooting the F pawn early to engage that G6 pawn. So maybe I can open up the zigzag. And I think I am done with my snack officially now, so my chess should really improve. Despite the kind of slightly dubious moves that my opponent has played here in the opening, being down this much material, it's working well for them. I cannot do, I mean, if I take, they could take back and have a rook. And we just saw in the last game You know, that kind of idea of having the rook in the h file. I'm going to go ahead and unify my rooks. But I'm going to keep my queen on this diagonal, just in case my opponent makes a big mistake, like moving the pawn forward or playing a capture here. So my queen can still have access to h5. If you're just joining the broadcast now, my name is Chris Torres. I am a United States Chess Federation Correspondence Chess Master and longtime chess coach. I've done, coaching, especially like in the Fremont, California area, going back 25 years. I am originally from Fremont, California. It is my hometown. And I've really enjoyed helping Fremont become very strong at chess over the years. I had a coach, and a friend early on by the name of Hans Poschmann. He ran the Fremont Chess Club. He also started the Cal Chess Journal, which is an award-winning chess magazine that I am now the editor of. I'm going to try and create some more weakness over here. I'm just going to send some more pawns. Send in the clowns, as the famous song goes. And right now we are preparing the wonderful players from Gomes Elementary School for the National Scholastic Quick Online Championship, put on by the Charlotte Chess Center, which is a great club. They've done a lot of good. A lot of young players have been earning norms and titles because of the good that they're able to do. Running tournaments safely right now is very challenging, and they're very good at it. So, I mean, I would like to move my king over. That's one thing. And that way my rook could go to the g file. What I'm wondering right now is, should I take first or do that first? Which should I do? Which is more accurate? Move the king over to make way for the rook, or take the pawn? Winning the pawn is fine. But I sense that maybe I can win the game if I do this correctly. I sense that maybe I can win the game. If I take first with the queen, my opponent can respond by moving their queen over. I'm going to move the king over and make way for my rook. Eventually I will take that pawn. But there's a couple various ways I may go about it. It'll be interesting to see if I made the right choice there. It was an A-B kind of choice. And when you're down this much material, you better be accurate with those. Now, again, it's worth noting that I am playing against young players who are in elementary school. I've played tens of thousands of chess games. I've been teaching chess for 25 years. And look at my clock. I have less time by 33% than my opponents in both games. Yeah, now I go ahead and take, because my rook has access to come over and say check. Two games in a row I've used rooks and rooks and queens to perhaps deliver checkmates, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. I haven't done it yet. Yeah, so my channel has not had as much content recently, this YouTube channel, Daily Chess Musings YouTube channel, because I've been having there have been some health problems in my family. I don't want to get into specific details, but it does impact those kinds of things. And obviously that's way more important part of my life than posting content every day. Although, you know, I enjoy posting content. It really is fun. It's fun sharing my enjoyment and passion for chess. I'm looking at some chess pieces my wife got me a long time ago when we were dating. They're beautiful, beautiful chess pieces. I have many, many chess sets. Recently, I got a Jurassic Park chess set for my birthday. And I just built a Harry Potter chess set with my daughter. My 4-year-old son loves the Jurassic Park chess set. You know, thematic chess sets are fun. So I'm threatening rook g1, and it's very difficult to deal with this threat because my pawn is controlling g6. Very, very difficult. Yeah, I plan on doing a lot more with the Daily Chess Musings Club. There's going to be some big announcements. I've been working on things quietly, um, and we're going to have a really fantastic year. The Daily Chess Musings Chess Club is an active group on chess.com with like 2,200 members, um, and it was formed in summer of 2020. So this summer we'll be having our 2-year anniversary for the chess club. Time flies. I've met a lot of really neat people in that chess club too. Just a lot of great, great friends, students. If you're wondering, yeah, it's free to join, and also you can go check out all the free content on dailychessmusings.com. I post tons and tons of free lessons on dailychessmusings.com. Um, I love sharing, you know, my enjoyment for chess and helping the next generation or any player hoping to learn. The blog on dailychessmusings.com has a lot of interesting things on it. I post the winners of yeah, that creates an escape square um, for the king. I'm still going to go ahead and play this check. So this, you know, this is very dangerous. This is not, you know, you don't want your king like this, right? This is you want you want that nice castled pawn shield in front of it. Something's gone tragically wrong if this happens to you early in a chess game. Getting lots of interesting challenges tonight, and that's wonderful. Oftentimes in a situation like this, the best thing to do, I'm obviously going to calculate it, but the best thing to do is just go ahead and take the first one because you can always reload with your second rook and bring it over. So I say check. It's a forced move by black. they have to get out a check, which gives me time then to slide and reload into the G file. We go ahead. Wait. Before I do that, I want to talk about taking your time in chess, because here I do have alternative moves that I should look at, but yeah, it's the best move. I took an extra moment or two. It's not blitz we're playing. This is quick. And quick chess is wonderful because it's fast enough to be snappy and entertaining. It's fun to spectate, to be a spectator, but slow enough you can really play some good moves and take your time. Take a full minute or two if you need to at certain points, as Adit did. And MTX Chess just said something nice. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for the kind words. I'll tell you what, if none of my, if after this game, I think I still have some students on stream from Gomes Elementary School in Fremont, California. If they want to play a game with me, then I have to give them priority because it is their night. But if for some reason I don't get a challenge from them, then sure, MTX Chess. I would love to play a quick game of chess with you. It's neat. It's neat how many friends you're able to reach. Chess.com is a huge community. I don't even know the total number of users on chess.com. And then beyond that, there's the reach of the YouTube channel and the reach of the daily chessmusings.com website, and then the different social platforms I use. Just a lot of neat people that I'm meeting in the community. I mean, occasionally there's a nasty character, as there is in any community, but by and large, I think the chess community has some of the some really good quality people. Just a high percentage of very good people, globally too. I just donated to my friends Jim Ead, FIDE Master James Ead. He had a GoFundMe. It's on my blog at dailychessmusings.com. I just donated a little bit of money, not much, but a little bit, to help our friends in Uganda build their chess center. Okay, so let's see. Looks like I play Queen H8 check next. And then the knight's going to block. Knight's going to go to G8. Hi, Lola. It's my dog, Lola, if you heard something come in the room. That would be the something you heard. It's nice to have a friend with four legs and some fur. It's a nice thing, especially because it means you can go walking and not seem at all suspicious, or at least not very suspicious, and just have get some exercise, which is very important. Especially if you're playing a lot of online chess, you need to get up and walk around a bit, get some fresh air, leave the screen. I do a lot of chess. When I'm not streaming, I'm doing a lot of lessons. All hours of the day too. I like to share this. I even have students in India, which is 12 and a half hours ahead of me. So if I need a break, if my mind's starting to feel a little bit foggy, even after some good nutrition. See, I had my iced tea, with cranberry and a granola bar. I'm feeling much more lucid now. But if my mind gets a little foggy, get up, take a stroll, get some fresh air. So yeah, knight g8's probably the best move here, because the king's just not going to be able to escape, not with this pawn on f5. But we'll see. I mean, knight g8's not a perfect reply either, but it is, it's better than, say, king f7 and then rook to g7 checkmate, right? It's better than that. You stay alive a little bit longer, I think. Yeah, and also MTX chess. If for some reason we can't do it this evening, just send me an email, dailychessmusings@gmail.com. Dailychessmusings@gmail.com. And maybe we'll do you say you're new to YouTube. Maybe we do a dual stream. You can stream and I'll stream. We all stream for ice cream. Now, Adit is spending a good time figuring out what they want to do here, but spending a lot of time after they're already in trouble. After. So what you want to do is you want to spend quality time so you don't get in trouble. And if you're here from Gomes, I'm going to give you first dibs on my next game. So if you're still here from Gomes and would like to elementary school and would like to play one game of chess with me, this is your night. It's Thursday night. We do a lesson. We have a meeting. We do a lesson. Then we play some chess. Let's see. I like to go big screen so I can just, I like to maximize things just so I can, first let me close out of this window. And then go back to my play window. And if you are here from Gomes Elementary School, Cold Tidy Dentist, I believe they are from Gomes Elementary School. They sent me a challenge. I'll go ahead and play one more game against Cold Tidy Dentist. And here we go. This will probably be my last game of the evening. But MTX Chess Official, just as I said in the YouTube chat, let's see if the Cold Tidy Dentist, yep, they make a move, good. All right, go ahead and develop pieces. We both have a pawn in the center, develop some nice pieces. Knight f3 is very standard. See what they choose. They got to play their next move a little bit faster. There we go. And see, on chess.com, you got to play your two moves within like a minute or something, your first two, so your game doesn't get aborted. I'm going to go the Italian. Those who know me know I love the Italian structure. Italians, when you put your bishop on c4. Let me check my streaming window. Yep, it's still there. Good. Bishop on c4. It gives me a check capture to analyze every single move. I saw a real nice Italian, Vidit versus Daniel Dubov. So Vidit, the young upcoming grandmaster I've been watching for years, and defeated Dubov. Dubov had a blistering attack with black, but Vidit defended. It was played in at the Tata Steel yesterday, I believe it was. Um, so, yeah, the Italian is played at the highest levels. But not like this. I'm going to go ahead and use the Jerome Gambit. Like I said, I'm a fan of unsound sacrifices. Unsound sacrifices. And Arnav just sent me another challenge too. We may or may not have time for that, Arnav. We'll see how fast this game against Cold Tidy Dentist goes. And Crosser Bishop sent me another challenge. We'll see. We'll see how we're doing as time. So what I'm doing here is known as the Jerome Gambit. It is not a sound opening. If you want to read more about the Jerome Gambit, a friend of mine has a great blog. If you just Google Jerome Gambit, you'll see Rick Kennedy's blog on the Jerome Gambit. And also, if you go to dailychessmusings.com, you can search on Daily Chess Musings in the blog section. Search Jerome Gambit, and you'll see. I use it occasionally, more than I should, but I really enjoy it. It's a fun, lively opening. And like I said, I'm a fan of unsound sacrifices. You know, I know better. You know, but and I know when a sacrifice is sound and when it's not. But you know, it's just part of my personality. I'm very laid back, calm in life. When I'm playing chess for fun, I like to have fun. Okay. Now I could take the bishop straight away, but I like to throw in this check first. So I get an extra check, and then I can take the bishop on the next turn. And then what you're probably going to see based on what happens, you're probably going to see me get like a monster pawn chain start moving toward my opponent. In the Jerome Gambit, I get these pawn chains. So my opponent's going to move their king out of check, and then I'm going to take their bishop. And then they may or may not threaten my queen. If they threaten my queen probably goes to e3. And then I will get castled. And then I will start my pawn movements forward. Cold Tidy Dentist is taking their time. Excellent. You should always take your time. Queen takes c5. As promised. Oh good, I do have just a little bit more of this tea. It's just like a splash of cranberry juice. And this is unsweetened tea. Because cranberry juice has a little bit of sugar just in it. Actually, a fairly decent amount, even though it's very tart. I get the unsweetened cranberry juice, too. I'm very cognizant of sugar intake because I do have some diabetes in the family. And, yeah. And also, I had a friend who passed away from complications of diabetes. Eric Schiller is a good friend of mine. He wrote more chess books than anybody else. Some people, like to take shots at the mistakes in his chess books, but the man was putting out 10, 15 chess books a year, if not more. If not more. I know, it's insane. So yeah, there's going to be some mistakes, but he did a lot of good. He did a lot of good too. And I think people that are just preoccupied with finding mistakes in other people's books, maybe are a little jealous of some of the success that he had as an author. I mean, by all means, write your own chess book. If you've got that much energy to go through and document every single mistake in somebody else's chess book, maybe you should write your own. Instead of bringing other people down, bring bring your own, add to the. Let's see. Should I play the slow pawn d3 or just castle? I'm going to go ahead and castle. At one time, a while ago, I got really serious about the Jerome Gambit, and I memorized a lot of lines. I created so many lines that have never been played. I memorized a whole bunch. Got an insanely high bullet rating, upwards of insanely high, upwards of 2,200 using Jerome Gambit. But that was a long time ago. I don't. It was an exercise. Let's see. So attacking my queen. Let me see. I remember studying this position. But I think best here, if I play queen e2, see, then there's knight f4, right? And then my opponent's just really, really coming in hard. Let me try and remember my research. What was my research on this? I'm expecting qh4 soon. I'm expecting my opponent to come out with qh4. I think I like to play queen b3 here. I'm trying to remember from years ago. And when I say years ago, a decade ago, okay? Yeah, Rick Kennedy and I have corresponded about, you can see some of my Jerome Gambit games on his jeromegambit.blogspot.com. Another person I've met through chess. So, if I lose when I'm playing an opening like this, I actually prefer to lose because it's my own inaccuracies rather than lose because the opening failed. And I love trying to prove that some so-called junk openings are quite playable. All right, so there's the threat of checkmate we were expecting. And we play h3 to stop the checkmate. So my opponent gets a little bit of initiative in this variation, but soon I'm going to be, as promised, getting some massive space with pawns. It's similar and different. Another opening I play where I get massive space with pawns would be the Halloween Gambit. It's interesting that some of these piece sacrifice openings, you get like this long arm, this long influence outreach of pawn structure. Yeah, I believe I played Cold Tidy Dentist on the stream a couple weeks ago. I got the better end of that game. But tonight I'm just, having some fun, relaxing, playing the Jerome Gambit. Right after I finish this, I have another private lesson. Then I'll have some dinner. And then I think I'm done for the evening, so I got to continue my work on the Cal Chess Journal, working on the winter issue of the Cal Chess Journal. Also, I've been playing more frequently because of this league idea on chess.com. I'm doing a little investigative research just to see how difficult it would be to ascend the league ladders, and it's pretty difficult. I'm on Silver League right now, trying to get to Crystal, and you got to be in the top 5 point earners for the week. So it takes an insane effort. Of course, I play a lot of chess. Normally, I spread it around over several different servers, maybe 5. But now I've been doing a lot more on chess.com, and it means playing when you're tired, playing when you're distracted. I do that a lot, and playing when you're sharp and ready to go. Um, but you know, in a sense, it's kind of what you have to do anyways, because you have to get so many losses and learn from them to become a good chess player that you have to play when you're not feeling good. You have to play when you're not at your best to experience those losses and see more patterns. Okay, so the knight backs off as expected, and now I believe the pawns are going to start marching forward. How do I do this though? Let's see. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything silly on stream. Uh, but I believe pawn to d4 hits the knight. You know, my opponent is threatening this sacrifice, though, this bishop takes h3 thing. But I'm going to go ahead and play pawn d4, because remember, my queen is sitting over here, right? So, yep. Now another reason why I left my queen on b3. See, I think I am playing something that I discovered a long time ago. Maybe this is the first time I've ever gotten to play this line. Maybe it'll be the last time. Who knows? I'm glad I get to share a little bit of Jerome Gambit madness with you guys. Oh, good. I hear somebody else coming, so maybe I could use... No, I still have tea. Good. Yep, the set I built with Rosalie yesterday was the Lego Harry Potter set. You can go see yesterday's video. It's a very nice chess set. It's a very, very nice chess set. Rosalie and I have already played some chess on it. It's a very, very nice chess set. You get these little cards that the characters hold, you know, like Harry, Hermione, and whatnot. And each set has different assortments of these Lego cards. So every set's a little bit unique. All right, so what I was thinking was taking with my queen here. And I think this is okay. I think it's okay to do that. Yep. So the bishop h3 is very tempting. But now I've gotten my sacrifice material back, right? I'm not down the material anymore. That queen being over there on b3, you can easily forget about it. So I caused a lot of early chaos with some quick sacrifices. And now I am going ahead in material. Now I am going ahead in material because my pawn is still threatening the knight. As always, we want to be careful that we aren't missing anything obvious. If you've watched this stream before, you know my system. But it certainly seems like my pawn should just take. His king's in a dangerous spot right now because it's in the same file as the queen, which is an open file. If I take the knight, it's no longer an open file. So I'm spending just a teeny bit of time here thinking, But taking the knight is the correct move. Correct. Yep. The Jerome Gambit. Fun, fun stuff. You know, fried liver attacks. Wilkes-Barre, variation in response to a fried liver attack. Um, all this stuff comes out of the Italian structures. The Molar Gambit, the Mueller Gambit, what do they call bayonet attack? Wow. I mean, you know, there's so many. I'm forgetting a lot. The lolly. There's so many wonderful, fun little attacks. Evans Gambit, of course. All this stuff comes out of the Italian structure, which is why I play the Italian so often. Wesley So had a good. I've heard very good reviews about his videos on the Italian. All right, so should I develop with the threat? Probably. Develop with the threat against the queen. Okay. I get another piece in the game. Now I have a knight and a queen. My opponent has a knight and a queen. I'm castled. They're exposed. And I'm up to 2 points in material. Okay. 1 point in material. But I developed a piece. See, that was the point. Developing pieces. If I moved my bishop, I could give up another pawn. That would be okay with me because my knight has this and that. So I'm going to go ahead and play bishop e3, allowing queen takes b2. We'll be back to even material, but I'll have way more pieces developed than my opponent. Let's see if they play queen takes b2. So a little kind of middle game gambit action going on here. I'm allowing my opponent to take some pawns. So yep, there we go. And then I'm thinking of going knight to d5, which creates a nice threat there, right? I've improved my knight. My knight is now in checking distance from the king, is what I like to call it, checking distance. It means the knight is close enough to deliver a check on the next move. I didn't get that pawn structure I alluded to earlier in this game. I did not get it. But it's because I got the material back. I wasn't expecting that. Had my opponent not played, you know, the bishop takes h3 thing, I'm sure I would have. Let's see. I've got bishop g5 check here, and that looks really good. I must say, it looks very strong. Yep. So I got this, and this just hanging around. We'll see if I'll need my rooks. Probably, but I might be able to do something. Might be able to deliver checkmate without rooks. Doesn't look like I can deliver checkmate without my rooks. Yeah, looks like this will be done just in time for me to have my lesson. I have a 7:30 lesson. It used to be 7, but I bumped it back so I'd have a little bit more time for the Gomes players. So, you know, I mean, clearly you need to look at the queen check um, to see if you can do a checkmate. But with his knight there, I'm not quite able to. So, kapowie zowie. There's that traditional knight fork of the king and rook. And then again, do you take the rook? Probably. But I'm also looking at knight to e6. But taking the rook, see, it's not just collecting material, it's opening up possibilities for the queen coming down there too, which would give you the second rook. So I'll have to let Rick Kennedy know that I played a Jerome Gambit on stream. He'll be pleased. He is dedicated. I don't even know how long his blog's been. It's been going a long time. My blog's been going a long time. My Chess Musings blog, 14 or so years, and Rick Kennedy. I remember his blog from a long time back. So. You're really getting a feel for how long some of these games could last. And they could last a long time, right? They really could. Looks like I can win another rook. And my bishop is being a good guard for me right now of h4 should the knight decide to, but the knight won't, yeah. If my queen says check and I win that rook, let's see. I have to be just a little careful that I don't get checkmated by a knight and queen. Getting too greedy, don't want to do that. So the king's going to have to go to f7. The nice thing is, I believe, if, you know, worst case scenario, the knight on g4, queen h2 checkmate could be defended by my queen being on h7. Okay. So, you know, certainly you don't want to rely on an opening like the Jerome Gambit as your main weapon. You don't want to do that. But it is a fun thing to occasionally visit. Okay, so the knight is threatening f3. And my bishop on g5. See, my queen's in the corner right now. This is why I was a little nervous about that. Took a little bit of extra time. Let's see here. Well, when you're under a little bit of pressure, you can take your time and analyze your checks, captures, and threats. Checks, captures, and threats. And your opponent's checks, captures, and threats. And that's what I'm doing right now. Hopefully I do it properly. Anybody who's you know, a fan of this stream knows my mantra: checks, captures, threats. I learned it many, many years ago, maybe even around the turn of the century. It sounds really old when I say that. From a chess coach named Dan Heisman in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I went to Pittsburgh for a Scholastic Nationals and watched Dan Heisman analyze some games. And he talked about the importance of analyzing chess captures threats. It made perfect sense to me. I could play f4, and then my opponent could still play knight f3 check. And then from my calculations, it does not look like they're able to checkmate me. So I'm going to go ahead and play f4. I'm expecting knight f3 check and then rook takes f3, right? This is what I've come up with through my calculations. See, it looked a little scary, didn't it? And maybe it took me a little time, and that's okay, because the time control allows for it. We can't all be Nakamura's. You know, his talent is you know, extremely. He has a very fast calculating mind, and so it's important that we develop a thought process to fit who we are, that makes us as effective as we can possibly be as a chess player. So I defended f4, and I've defended. Yep, I've defended both threats. Right, the rook's defending f3, the pawn's defending f4. 10 minutes until my lesson. We probably should be done with this in time. This has been a long stream. I guess we're approaching an hour maybe now streaming. Cold Tidy Dentist. Thank you again for joining me on stream. We're experiencing the golden age of chess, I believe. Um, you know, Harry Potter made chess extremely popular with young people. It really, really did. Every year I'd go into classrooms and there would be a joke about wizard chess for a long time. After the book came out, and especially the movie, I remember this little boy, little guy, and his Harry Potter book was like heavier than he was, and he was reading it. Um, of course, Queen's Gambit has made chess more popular, and of course, a lot of people are just because of YouTube, because of Twitch, because of what chess streaming. Let's just be broad about it. A lot of people are discovering, hey, chess has a lot of interesting people, a lot of interesting personalities. And if you're it's a big community, and if you want to be a part of this chess community, go to chess.com and join the Daily Chess Musings Club. If you want to be a part of this community, go to dailychessmusings.com and subscribe. It's free. Just subscribe to the bookmark the page, subscribe to the blog. If you want to be part of this community, and it's a wonderful, wonderful group, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And with that message, my name is Chris Torres. This has been my Thursday night stream with Gomes Elementary School in Fremont, California. And until next time, be safe and have fun checkmating. Bye.